Truma Cassette. Aperturita.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're doing great. We're here with the group. We're listening to you right now. We're very excited to have you here.
Oh my God, I'm in the car going to work.
Okay.
We're going to be live in an hour time.
Nice. So
Yeah, about everything, yeah.
everything's going great. You're actually our international friend. All of our other instrumental friends are actually here in the United States. So thank you so much for representing the rest of the planet here.
Hello, America.
Yeah, you're being broadcast into the backyard of America.
Oh, wow. What an honor. My voice is famous now. Yay.
So, let me ask you, you're narcissistic.
I'm not, or I am?
You are. You're Narcissistic Nawal.
I am.
You are. Now, why did you choose that name?
Because my vocabulary quite limited. That's number one. So I came across the word narcissistic because I remember my aunt was telling me that. So okay, I said okay. So hence the name.
Nice. We love it.
Okay.
So now, the music you submitted. Can you talk a little bit about that? What music you feel best represents you?
Okay, because I've grown up listening to American R&B music, a bit of hip hop and soul, and also I love Japanese anime music. And although I don't really understand what they're saying, but obviously the melody is very catchy, and it's really it makes things so alive in the morning if you listen to it. So I chose what I chose because those are the music that I grew up listening to, and it really brings back a lot of memories, circa that time.
Very cool.
Yeah, that is why, yeah.
So you love you some Mary J. Blige, some R. Kelly.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then a group that I hadn't really heard as yet, I guess they're from maybe the late 90s.
Uh-huh. Late 90s, like that, yeah.
Cool.
I remember, it's 1997, 98, around that time.
Yeah, and then you also sent me the Japanese jazz song too, and I just thought it was a really interesting mix. A bit of a challenge, right? But maybe 4 albums ago, I was doing a lot of R&B music, so I really wanted to get back to doing more R&B.
Okay.
So now here.
The Japanese song is actually by chance because my friend is a game designer in LA.
Oh, okay.
With Report, yeah. So we both had this song at that time. It was way back in 2000, if I'm not mistaken. So, but his version was the slow version of the one that I posted to you. But my version was more on the dance version.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that way, that's how actually I was introduced to that song.
Well, Nawal,
a bit of history, that's it. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I was just talking about how your song was actually the last song I worked on. I actually really struggled with it, which surprised me because I really enjoy doing R&B music. So it took me a long time to get the right music for this piece. It was very challenging for me. But it was a good challenge. And what was interesting is we just heard that you're the third track on the album, and we just heard the second track. And the second track kind of ends. It gets really funky, and it slows down. And when I finished that, I was like, you know what? I want some more of that funk. Give me some of that funk. I need it. And so I decided, you know what? I want to bring it back because I think people are probably going to feel that same way. They're going to feel like, that was fun. Why did it stop? Let's bring it back. So your track actually is going to speed back up with the same beat, same guitar sounds, same kind of funk. The melody, actually, ironically enough, she's sitting here right in front of me, comes from a song that was taken off of Kaleidoscope for The Color Red. So I took a melody from The Color Red that I worked on with Kind Katie, actually, And I found, I wanted something very sexy, something also that could work in a funky way. And this song worked perfectly. The other cool thing is in my music on this album, I really wanted to stretch time signatures. I wanted to work with different tempo changes and also key changes. So I believe this particular song has 2 or 3 different key changes that it goes through, which when we were working on Red, one of our biggest challenges was that for somebody to sing 3 key signature changes is very difficult. But for a guitar line to play it, it was actually very easy because I just have to transpose. So what you're going to be hearing is music from Kaleidoscope that didn't quite make the album. You're also going to hear, I threw in something from the As Yet song, which is that kind of cool riff that they're singing on top of. That you're going to hear. I actually just jacked it from them. I hope they don't mind. I don't think they're together anymore. And then the other thing you're going to hear is, and this is kind of for music theory nerds, but there's a sequence in there. And there's in the Japanese piece you sent me, there was a sequence. So I kind of lifted that sequence out and I threw it in there. So it's going to go back and forth between these elements. Do you mind if we go ahead and play it for you?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
All right, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The world debut of Narcissistic Nawal. Here we go. Was that okay?
Wow. Oh, wow, Mom, that is good. That was really good. Thank you for that. That song really defines me, actually.
Do you feel like when you're like rolling around Kuala Lumpur or sitting in traffic, you could put that on?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Is this going to make your day at work today? It's a Monday over there, guys. It's going to make it better, right? And thank you so much for being a part of this album. And
thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Okay.
All the way from Malaysia.
All the way from Malaysia. Yeah, Malaysia. All right, cool. We'll talk to you later, Nawal.
Okay, bye.
Ciao.